My next guest has got a big fight coming up here for Dana White's Contender Series, August 9th. It's Jamal Pogues joining me here on the program for the very first time. Jamal, how are you, man?
I'm feeling good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, but I'm not fighting on Contender Series. Congratulations, man. When did you find out?
Like 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago.
Okay,
It's
nice.
crazy how it happened. I was back training again. Wasn't really looking to fight anytime soon. I think I was just enjoying, training again. Being consistent every day. And then finally, I think I told everybody at the radio, I was like, look, I'm ready, guys. And I sent a couple of prayers, and next thing you know, a couple of days later, they called me for contenders. Well, they just
Were you surprised when you got the call, or were you kind of expecting this with your record?
I was. It was surprising. Definitely having the layoff that I had. I was really expecting to come back. Cage Warriors, LFA. Just get a couple wins there and then get to the big show. But when I got the call to go right back again to contenders, it was just, I don't know, it was a different fire under me when I finally got that call.
Why haven't we seen you since September 2020?
Honestly, behind the scenes, I was getting ready. People don't know I was getting ready for the Ultimate Fighter. I did get the call to go on the Ultimate Fighter for 185. At the time, I was probably walking around 210, and we wanted to make the cut to 185. I came out to Vegas early last year, like January. I was actually out here January to April. I was busting my ass. Next thing I was at like 8% body fat, but the lowest I got to was like 204. And then eventually, we just we just had to tell them no, that I couldn't make the weight. I was ripped. I was in shape. I just couldn't make the weight. And then after that, in the meantime, people don't know that I'm taking care of two of my cousin's kids. So then kind of became, took the father role. I don't give me the father title, but that also got put on hold as well. So I just started taking care of them. And then honestly, after, just a lot of stuff happening and taking on them, fighting I just had to put fighting on the back, and, I just wanted to take care of them, just make sure they're okay. And my focus was on them. And then finally I moved to Vegas beginning of this year in January. And then I just started training again, like hard again in January.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Good for you for taking on that responsibility. I know that's maybe not something everyone would do. And also making that sacrifice to kind of put a pause on your career. Just how difficult was that time? I mean, obviously, there's more important things than fighting, but just how difficult was that period? Just sort of seeing, the division and everything sort of moving on and missing out in the Ultimate Fighter, and, not sure if an opportunity like this would come up again.
It's kind of, I don't want to contradict myself, I should say. Mm-hmm. A part of me that's the only thing I was thinking of. Like, I just want to get back out there. I just want to get back out there. Definitely you have everyone, telling you, like, man, when we're going to see you again? We can't wait. Or, you're in people's camps, and they're like, man, you got this. And really your mind wasn't there because my mind was just in a different place. And at the other end, I also believe at some points, points here and there where I was like, my life's work is over. Like getting the black belt, beating a couple guys like in the jiu-jitsu world, like fighting all these shows. It just kind of felt like, damn, it's over. I'm 26 and it's over. And it's kind of got put into that part, but it's just kind of weird just coming back and training, hitting it hard again. And that's one of the part of the moves of me moving to Vegas and training at Syndicate now with John Wood was, I think I just found the love again. And that was kind of the cool part where I was like, man, I fell in love with the sport again that I started so long ago.
What do you think that says about you, though? That the UFC must think pretty highly of you. If you haven't fought in this long, you're supposed to fight in the Ultimate Fighter, and they still want to bring you in and give you this opportunity. Have you kind of looked at it from that perspective, that they must really like you if they're going to give you this opportunity here when you haven't fought in that long?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I honestly do. Even when I look at it coming back after this time off to get that shot, I know it's going to be a lot of questions. It's going to be a lot of things that's going to have to be answered that night, and I'm prepared for it. And it also speaks volume to me that they saw something in me last time when I was there and I won, and also it just, to me, I have to just prove again that I'm one of the best guys out there. Like, I know I'm good. I know how good I can be. People who train with me, people who really know me, know how good I am, and I think this time off, I got to grow a lot, and I got to deal with a lot of personal stuff, like just within myself. So all around, it just feels good coming back and fighting on Contender Series, because I'm more excited to show like the new me, the new mindset, the new mentality, just everything coming into the fight.
Let's talk about your opponent here. 10-1 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bad matchup for everybody. Like, you don't really see guys my size with the cardio I have. I can go 25 minutes to keep a pace. I can wrestle with the best of them. Literally can wrestle with the best of them. My black belt itself, I've trained with a lot of good guys. I beat a lot of good guys that people don't know about. I beat Kyle Bohm, another top jiu-jitsu dude. Like, I beat a lot of good jiu-jitsu guys. And then even my stand-up, a lot of people got to see it on Contenders last time. But honestly, it's just a lot of work, and the guys I'm training with now, and then definitely working with John Wood. These guys are like Khalil Roundtree. These guys like, John Wood, they're helping me put this together. They finally helped me put my stand-up game with my wrestling jiu-jitsu. And I think that's what I'm most excited about. But to my opponent, it's not really much that I have to say about him. I just think nothing that day, honestly, it doesn't matter. Whatever he brings that day, it's not going to be good enough.
I love it, man. That's great. You talked before about trying to cut to middleweight. What is your ideal weight class? Is it heavyweight, or would you prefer to fight at 205? 205? Okay, gotcha.
205.
Okay.
I like light heavyweight. I mean, when you kind of take the fight last minute, when you get a last minute call and you say, hey, you're fighting Contenders, it's going to be a heavyweight. You don't just say yeah. You don't get to pick. You don't get to say, definitely when you're off for 2 years.
Yeah.
You don't get to say, give me time, I need to go to 205. You just say, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. And it's happened before. I know Nick Maximoff fought a heavyweight in his Contender Series fight, and he's a UFC middleweight now, which is interesting. So yeah, I was just curious if there's like an ideal class, but that makes sense. You talk about being at one of the best gyms in the world, Syndicate MMA. Who've been some of the main training partners helping you get ready for this fight?
We have Khalil Roundtree, definitely a big help. Definitely, I mean, this guy's a Muay Thai guy. I don't think too many people can, is going to be better than Khalil when it comes to the feet. We got Corey Hendricks from PFL. He fights on August 5th. So
he's an Ultimate Fighter alum. I think people forget that too, Corey.
Yeah, people forget that as well. So he's been part of my camp as well. Definitely, we've been pushing each other on the wrestling end like crazy. Stand up too, but definitely on the wrestling end, killing each other on both ends. I have another guy, Ahmed. We call him Cuba. Heavy hands, good boxer. Hits fucking hard. And we have a lot of guys just going down the list. So those are probably my top 3 guys where I know each round we're about to go at it. And I think that's where my confidence is coming in for this camp, where I don't have one bad round, and I can't slack off one round because one mistake, this dude's taking your fucking head off, or this dude's getting a fucking takedown, and that's the end of the round. So we're scrapping in there right now, and that's the fun part about it.
John Wood, I assume, will be in your corner. Who else will be in the cage with you that night?
It's crazy. I want my teammate Ahmed, I told you about Cuba. I want him to be there only because he's a little bit older guy. He loves this sport. He fucking loves this sport more than I can tell. Like, he's more motivated than most fighters that I know that's in the UFC and PFL and Bellator. This guy's dream is to literally fight in the big show. And he's making a run. He just won his fight 15 seconds. And I want him to come because I want him to see this. Like, I want him to get a glimpse of this so he can enjoy it. It's not, like I said, it's me and John Wood got a good game plan. We work good together. We mesh good together. But I want Ahmed there just because I want him to just experience a little bit. Just experience what I'm seeing, because I want him to be there.
Yeah. Love it, man. How's this fight playing out on August 9th? How do you see it going down?
Honestly, it's hard to say because I go back and forth. I can honestly tell you, I think I can finish the guy in the first. I'm definitely going to frustrate this guy. I'm going to piss him off, and I'm going to make him make mistakes. I'm going to get him breathing hard. I'm going to push the pace. I can see it ending end of the first, early second, and definitely the second round. I don't think it goes past the second round.
Downtime, what's that looking like during camp? I know you don't get much of it. You're there for training. You got this big opportunity. You getting in any Netflix or video games or anything like that?
Right now, obviously, no. I just been probably more Netflix than anything. Video games, I just don't have the patience. I'm on edge, like when you get ready for camp. So
of course, yeah.
If I'm losing, I'm turning the game off. I don't want nothing around me but to spend it on Netflix. I think I was watching Chicago Med.
Oh, nice.
And then I think I got off of Chicago Man. Now I'm watching All American. So everything's just been training and then Netflix.
Jamal, thanks for doing this, man. We're looking forward to it. Dana White's Contender Series, August 9th. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors or any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
Honestly, I just want to thank, I just want to thank everybody who still believed in me, who didn't give up on me, and then still believe that I can be here. Like I said, John Wood was definitely a big guy into that factor, I definitely didn't believe this could happen again. I did lose a lot of hope. So I give props to him. I have to give props, to my parents, everyone at Syndicate. It's a lot of people go down the list. And I also want to thank the Palominos, where I work at as well part-time. It's a nightclub. I just had a lot of good guys around me who, within this last year, just kind of just they believed in me and they pushed me. Every single day they just said, hey, when you fighting again, are you training? Are you doing this? So I had a good support system all around. So I just want to thank everybody at this point in my life.